What's up, CS Youth? Welcome to another week of Bible Stories with Ben. This week, we're going to look at Isaac's kids. Remember Isaac from last week? Well, Isaac is all grown up now. Good thing he didn't get sacrificed, am I right? And now he has these two kids, Jacob and Esau, who are super different. You got Esau is kind of this jockish, hunter-y type. He's really good at hunting and cooking and making great food. He's also very hairy. He's got like this thick red hair. You've also got Jacob, who is more of like a tender, kind of homebody, stay-at-home kind of guy. And they're actually twins. Jacob was born right after Esau grasping his heel. It's kind of the interesting thing the Bible tells us. So what I'm going to be telling you guys comes out of the passage Genesis 25, 27 through 34. So if you have time, go ahead and read that. Basically what happens is Esau's out hunting, gathering some good food for everybody back home. He comes into the house, and Jacob's been cooking, right? Jacob's been cooking some really good stew, some really good soup or whatever, and it smells great. It just smells amazing. Esau comes into the house super hungry. He's been hunting all day. He's been just exerting himself. He's been running up and down mountains and stuff. Probably hasn't had a great day hunting. He's a little frustrated, and he's just starving. So he comes in the house. He tells Jacob, that smells so good. Can I have some? Let me have some of that food. What you guys are going to learn about Jacob is, how do I put this delicately? He's a jerk. He does a lot of things that are like just not the coolest throughout this story. And this is no exception. Jacob looks at Esau and he says, "Oh, you want some food, huh? How about you promise me that I can have your birthright as the oldest son, and then you can eat some of this food." And this was a big deal. The birthright as the oldest son meant that Esau would get like more inheritance after his father died than Jacob would. And so Esau, though he's so hungry, he's not even thinking about that. He's like, "Oh, you're an idiot. I'm gonna die soon. I'm so hungry. Like, please just give me that food. What good is a birthright to me if I'm dead?" Basically, he's not really thinking rationally. Not the greatest move on Esau's part here either. But he trades his birthright for this bowl of soup, eats the soup, and then Jacob holds this over him and actually holds him to that. And he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to give me your birthright when Isaac dies." So, jerk move. Here we kind of see the personalities of these two characters. Esau isn't, the brightest, and Jacob isn't the nicest. Later on, Isaac is on his deathbed, really old at this point, and he can't even see very well. He's starting to go blind. Esau is again out of the house because he's the hard worker, right? He's out hunting, he's out doing good stuff for the family. Jacob's mom tells Jacob, "Go see your father, but wear all this fur and stuff so that he'll think that you are Esau." Because remember, Esau was super hairy. So when Isaac reached out and he felt Jacob and he felt all the hair, he thought he was talking to Esau. And so he gives him this really sweet blessing about how he's gonna, like have success in life. And this was really important to them too. So this was another moment where Jacob tricks Esau and now his father. Actually, he's really conning both of them into getting this really cool blessing. So Jacob does that. It's a jerk move. Esau comes home. Esau goes up to Isaac and asks for the blessing, brings him all this food and stuff, right? And Isaac's like, "I already gave that blessing to you. You came in earlier." And Esau gets so mad because he realizes what Jacob has done. And this time, Esau is about ready to kill Jacob, man. He's going out, he's getting his hunting gear, he's getting his spear and his bow. He's like, "I'm just gonna kill him. Like, this little punk, he's been screwing me over my whole life. I'm done with this kid." And so Jacob actually has to run away. And they don't see each other again for years. Really sad moment that these cons basically that Jacob did divided their whole family. And so Jacob has to run off into the hills basically. Years and years go by. They both grow up. They actually, both Jacob and Esau, have very successful lives. They both get married. Jacob gets married to 4 wives. Remember, not the greatest of dudes, but they both have a lot of success. Jacob eventually has to, I think because he was fleeing someone else, but he has to come back into the territory where he grew up, into Esau's territory now. And he's got his whole caravan, he's got all of his servants, he's got his wives, he's got all of his wives' kids with him, just this whole caravan of people. But he hears that Esau is coming to meet him with 400 soldiers. Yeah, Esau's been getting busy, man. He has a whole operation. He's got all these people working for him. Esau's coming to meet him, and Jacob thinks, well, he's gonna come kill me, right? He's coming with all these soldiers. I'm about to die. So Jacob looks at his whole caravan. He's like, all right, wifeys, tell the kids we're all about to die. Have them say their prayers, whatever. Servants, it's been real. It's been fun. Esau gets closer. His army's getting closer. Jacob starts aligning all of his family. He puts himself out front, then his wives, then his kids. Actually, I think it was his servants out front, then him, then his wives, then his kids. Esau's army comes toward him, and let's read what happens next. Open up your Bibles to Genesis 33, verse 1 through 4. Then Jacob looked up and saw Esau coming with his 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and his 2 servant wives, put the servant wives and their children at the front, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph last. Then Jacob went on ahead. As he approached his brother, he bowed to the ground 7 times before him. Then Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, threw his arms around his neck and kissed him, and they both wept. I think this is the coolest family story of the Bible so far that we've read. This just shows that even when you have these dumb arguments with your siblings now, and things can just get so messed up and hate can drive a family apart, love and forgiveness can bring a family back together. It's a really sweet moment. Esau forgives Jacob, and he's just happy to see him after all these years. They exchange gifts, which is really sweet. And then they go on their way and they live peaceably. Well, that was another edition of Bible Stories with Ben. If you come on back next week, we will be telling the next story of Genesis about Jacob's kids. You may have guessed some things don't go so well. So check that out next week. See you guys until then.